30th. I'm sorry, Wednesday, September 30th is the last day, though, of September. We're only 34 days away from the most important election of our lives. The next 34 days is going to age the hell out of all of us. The debate last night made that clear. And I always say, stay angry. If you watch a debate and didn't throw something at your television set, there's something wrong. Look, I don't drink, but Trump is making me rethink that. That's how bad things are going right now. But there was one good moment at the debate last night, and it's not getting as much coverage as I hoped it did, but it's understandable, though. Joe Biden actually used an Arabic word last night. I'm not kidding. It's no joke. He did. He used the term inshallah, and he means God willing, literally, in Arabic to English. And Arab Christians and Muslims use it, inshallah. And he used it in the way that Muslims and Arabs use it a lot. It's very interesting because while it literally means God willing, it's also used by Arabs and Muslims to mean we'll see or never, not going to happen. Like if you say to your parents, I want to go to Disney World, and they go, we'll go to Disney World, inshallah, you're not going. Never. That's how it works. It's also the most overused word by Arabs. It's true. So I was in Jordan. I asked the waiter, where's the bathroom? He goes, it is over there. I go, I'll be right back. He goes, inshallah. And all I can think is, why do I need God's protection in the bathroom? Any event, Joe Biden used it in the first way. Sort of the sarcastic, yeah, we're never going to get it. And you might ask, when? What happened was Donald Trump said, I will release my tax returns. And Joe Biden stunningly said, when? Inshallah? And it sounded like in July, but he did say inshallah because his campaign confirmed it to reporters. So we don't know the backstory there. I thought it was kind of cool. It's kind of fun. Maybe he was trolling Donald Trump. Maybe Trump will now say that Barack Obama secretly converted Biden to Islam while he was president. I don't know. It was good trolling. The only nice moment of the debate, even though I didn't appreciate it at the time. The rest of the debate, I don't know about you. I had a tough time sleeping because it was like watching a horror movie, being haunted by it. And the monster in the movie was orange. There are so many troubling things, but the one that jumps out at me is Donald Trump's continuing embrace and emboldening of white supremacists. It's not surprising. He is following the 2016 playbook where he openly retweeted white supremacists. He's doing it again in 2020. He knows his base is small. It's actually shrinking. It's smaller than it was in 2016. So he needs them. So that's why when he was asked point blank, do you denounce white supremacists? He plays all these games, pivoting. What about Antifa? And then he says, okay, Proud Boys, stand by. And then today he was confronted about Proud Boys. And he goes, I don't even know who they are. First of all, of course he knows who they are. The Proud Boys have been getting increasing press the last few years. They are listed by the Anti-Defamation League as an extremist group that spews in anti-LGBT hate, anti-Muslim hate. They are tied to white nationalist groups. And here's why we know Trump knows them. Roger Stone, his BFF, is very close to the Proud Boys. If you Google Roger Stone and Proud Boys, you will see numerous articles with Roger Stone posing, and I don't mean recently, over the last 2 years, posing with the Proud Boy guys over and over and over. They love each other. So Trump knows who they are because I'm sure Stone, his BF, told him about it. In fact, want more proof? February 2019, Trump rally. Who's sitting right behind Trump? Right behind him? The head of the Proud Boys. You can't get back right behind the president without being cleared. But he did. They know who the white supremacists are. They know who the base is. The Proud Boys have been outside of rallies now of Trump's defending Trumpers and fighting against peaceful protesters for over a year and a half now. They know exactly who they are. And it reminds me of 2016, February 2016, Donald Trump, national TV on CNN with Jake Tapper. David Duke had just endorsed Donald Trump. And Trump was asked by Jake Tapper, do you denounce David Duke? Do you denounce the Klan? And what does Trump say? I don't know anything about David Duke. I don't know who these people are because a white supremacist? I don't know what white supremacists you're talking about. Of course he knew David Duke. He had been on record years before denouncing David Duke. But when it came to running for office now, and he realized his base, he understands his base better than we do. White supremacists are an important component. Not all in his base are white supremacists, but they're an important component of who he is. That's why he wouldn't denounce it. Here's the reality, and I really wish the media would understand this and stop playing games here. In the big picture, Donald Trump doesn't say racist things because he's trying to appeal to white supremacists. Donald Trump says racist things because he is a white supremacist. There's no denying it. Everything he does is from their playbook, not because he's copying them, because who he is. From Donald Trump demonizing Muslims, immigrants, blacks. I mean, so much of what Donald Trump has done is feed the base by using things like calling visible black leaders low IQ, low intelligence, dumb. That's right from the white supremacist playbook. It's from their twisted view that whites are inherently superior to black intellect. To, of course, more recently, Donald Trump calling Black Lives Matter a symbol of hate and a Marxist organization and un-American. You could not paint a more clear picture of a white supremacist than who Donald Trump is. That's what white supremacy looks like in 2020. That is why David Duke endorsed Trump in 2016, saying it is treason to your heritage if you don't support Trump. And just 2 months ago, endorsed them again. Did Donald Trump denounce it? Of course not. And it's not just David Duke. There are numerous white supremacists and neo-Nazis who have endorsed Donald Trump. In 2016, they campaigned hard for him. I know this firsthand because in 2017, before Charlottesville, I wrote an article about there was a spike already in white supremacist violence on our soil. And I wrote this article saying, why won't Trump use the words white supremacist terrorism? That's right, white supremacist terrorism. My point was Donald Trump demanded Hillary Clinton say radical Islamic terrorism and said, if you don't say the problem, you can't solve it. Well, my point is, if you're not going to say white supremacist terrorism, you can't solve it. Again, this was before Charlottesville by 2 months. What happened was Donald Trump's beloved supporters at the Daily Stormer, which is a neo-Nazi publication, so angry at me for going after their savior that they fabricated tweets in my name saying I was involved in a terrorist attack and then urged their supporters to confront me, which resulted, as you might imagine, in death threats. The reality is, though, I sued the Daily Stormer and their editor, Andrew Englund, for defamation and emotional distress. And last year, I got a judgment in federal court for $4.1 million. No, I am not rich. White supremacists are good at bigotry, not at investing. They have no money. We're trying to collect it. If we do, we're going to give it to charity, of course. The point is, Donald Trump is beloved by the white supremacists, and they are a threat to our country, far more than Antifa. Don't take my word for it. Take Donald Trump's hand-picked FBI director, Christopher Wray, who made that point under oath 2 weeks ago, talking about the most lethal threat in our country is not from the left. It's from, as he called it, racially motivated violent extremism, primarily white supremacists. As the Southern Poverty Law Center has noted just recently, white supremacist groups in the 4 years of Donald Trump have exploded. There's been a 55% increase because they believe that the guy in the White House has got their back. So of course they're coming out of the woodwork. It's also why we're seeing an uptick in white supremacist terrorism. 2019 with the El Paso terrorist attack by a white supremacist who hated immigrants like Trump did, killed over 20 people in El Paso shopping mall. The year before, another white supremacist who hated immigrants went to the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh and slaughtered 11 Jewish Americans in their place of worship. There's numerous other incidents of white supremacist terrorists killing Americans. But when Donald Trump was asked about it last night, the debate, did he unequivocally denounce them? Of course not. Because he is one of them. He needs them. Instead, he pivoted to Antifa. And then worse, he told the Proud Boys, an extremist group with ties to white supremacy and violence, because for the Proud Boys, for their initiation, the last act before you get full membership, you have to commit a random act of violence. That's who the Proud Boys are. That's what Donald Trump said last night, stand by. Stand by. They heard the message. They were cheering online last night, stand by. They're selling T-shirts that say stand by. They're profiting off of stand by. This is their dream come true. Their white supremacist savior has acknowledged them on national TV. What a dream. And sadly enough, I've also had my own interaction with these scumbags. Gavin McInnes, the founder of it, when I wrote in 2017 about the Proud Boys, and one of the first national articles calling them out for the hate group they are, and going through in detail Gavin McInnes's comments, quoting verbatim what he had said. He got so upset with me on Twitter, he called on the Proud Boys to come get me and get me fired. The only thing that happened is Gavin McInnes, not because of me, because of others he went after, has been banned from social media. They're not on Facebook nor on Twitter anymore. Bottom line, Donald Trump is not calling out racists, not saying racist things to attract racists. He's saying it because he is a racist. They happen to see a kindred spirit in the guy in the White House. In 2020 America, in fact, 2019 and 2018, and for years in the past, there should not be two sides to white supremacy. There should not be two sides to anti-Muslim bigotry. There should not be two sides to anti-Semitism. There should not be two sides to anti-LGBTQ bigotry. Unless, of course, your name is Donald J. Trump. And then you're going to find those two sides because it makes your base happy. This is the vile person in the White House. So when I say stay angry, I hope you don't need me to elevate this or amplify it to make you stay angry. I hope your blood boils as much as I do. And that makes you ensure that your friends and family and everyone you know is registered to vote, because we're coming up to certain deadlines in certain states, that they made a plan to vote, that we're going to vote in massive numbers. We are going to win the Senate. If you're not looking at polls like I am, we are on the verge of winning the Senate big, and Trump will be gone. Then we drive Trumpism to the fringes. We're going to remember those Trump allies in Congress and the media who've supported this man. And we're going to drive them to the fringe of society as well. There's only going to be one winner in this fight. It's going to be us. Remember that Trump is going to be gone January 20th. He might be under arrest. He might just put his head down and leave the White House. I have no idea how it's going to end, but it will end January 20th at noon Eastern time. Mark my words. Thanks for tuning in. My show is live 6 to 9 p.m. We've got a great show tonight. Mary Trump's going to join us, Donald Trump's niece, to give us her view on why Donald Trump refuses to denounce white supremacy. Congresswoman Bonnie Watson-Coleman's joining us. Ellie Mastal is going to join us, and Julian Zelizer from CNN, a Princeton professor. Thanks for tuning in.